Good evening and welcome. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we begin a threat of severe weather for tomorrow. Okay, first off, I'm sure that you're going to notice this before we get too far in the weather. I do have this big blue mark above my eye on my face, and, well, I sort of still have this. I had eye surgery earlier today, and my vision's coming back. I'm just about where I can see real clear. A few things are still blurry. A big thank you to Dr. Mason. This is going to be a godsend of making it to where I can see again. And a big thank you to everyone at Meridian Surgery. They really took care of me today. Dr. Mason and his staff went above and beyond. So that's why I got the blue mark. I forgot about it when I sat down, and when I did realize it, it was just a little too late. So that's why I'm blue marked tonight. As vision comes back, hopefully by tomorrow morning, I'll be able to see pretty good. But a big thank you to all of them. As we begin this, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for watching. I want everyone, as I've stressed over the last 10, 12 hours, of just how serious this storm that is approaching is. Now, it's moved a little bit more west towards us into Lauderdale County. It's gotten a little bit more of Clark County. Kemper County, you've got a little bit. Also, Neshoba County, you're involved in this in a level 4. This is one of these situations to where it's not if, but most likely something is going to happen. We can't pinpoint and go, okay, tomorrow Enterprise, y'all know this is going to happen. It doesn't quite work that way. But we do know the rough area of where this is going to be. And before we begin, let me show you a few things that's gone on today. I'm not sure if everybody's aware of the weather that has been going on around us. Look at this as I pull this up here. This is Texas today. Look at this as this comes across here. That is humongous. Tornado right above that tree line as it comes across. This is the stuff that we're expecting. I got some more pictures here also that I want you to see here. Here's another one here. This is Weather Nation showing this. Do you see that? Total destruction as it goes through these little towns here. So be careful. Look at that right there. That's completely destroyed of an area. That's what we could be facing tomorrow. Now, again, I'm not telling you that's going to be the exact place. If anything gets hit, it's bad. But this is the same storm that is making its way to us, and we want you to be fully aware of what's out there and what's going on with it. There's so much to see. Look at this. Let's go here and look at these pictures here. James Spann posted these. This is Texas of a gym. Let me close these pictures here where you can see that a little bit better. Look at that. Caved in. And it goes to show you, and that's concrete there. It goes to show you no matter what you got, if it's a big enough tornado, it's going to do major damage. And that's what it did there. So, as I urge you to have a weather plan tomorrow, if you live in a mobile home, do not stay in this if a tornado warning is issued for your area. Make sure you've got a plan. I mentioned this morning also. If you have don't have a slab above ground, wind gets up underneath these. I used to have a home that was that way, set up off the ground with a big porch. It was beautiful. But wind can get them under that and destroy it. Do not raise your windows up. That's a no-no. Take the roof off of your home. Make sure you're in the interior closest wall with no windows. A lot of people use bathtubs to get into it. Saved a lot of lives. I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is one of those ifs. It's better to be safe than sorry, as your mother said. As I mentioned before, if you've got trees that overhang your house, do not stay in that room. It's not worth losing your life over a tree falling on you. Talk to my friend Mike Reed, Reed's Tree Service. He'll help you get that taken care of, get it away from your house. It only takes once to get you kind of nervous over things like that. Those are a few of the things that you can be prepared with and be ready tomorrow. And as always, let me show you a few pictures here. I've shown them before. This is one of the things that is very loud, a Noaa weather radio. It really makes a lot of racket. You can buy these that are programmable just for the county that you live in if you want to, or multiple counties. And it will let you know what's going on. It's a great way. Follow me, have one of these. and you're in pretty good shape. Never rely on just those sirens that are outside. If you happen to have the television up loud or radio up loud or anything, just kids talking or someone yelling, you will not be able to hear those sirens, and danger comes about. Storm shelters. This is one of many that you can get. Have built or put on your place. They'll do that. Patrick Allen can help you out. They'll do that also. As we look at this, let me see what else we've got in here that I wanted to show you here. Shoes, very important here. Hard sole shoes. Should your place be struck by a tornado, you want something that nails won't go through. And that's what these type shoes do. Let's see, we also got some more pictures of this. Air horns, they're handy. They let people know where you are. Should something strike and you can't be seen, you can blow that where people could find you when you hear voices. Easy to have there. You got time in the morning to buy a few of these things if you're going to be around. And this right here saves your head. As you'll find out with most tornadoes, people are thrown and head damage happens. All right, let's go to, as we went over a little bit of that, let's go to radar now. Let's talk about what is coming tomorrow with these tornadoes and what the radar looks like. Let's back this out where you can kind of see here the state of Mississippi of what we've got. Here's the big view. Right there. You see all of that? This is tomorrow. And as you'll notice, this is going to stretch from Lafayette, Baton Rouge, north of the New Orleans area and into Mississippi. Mississippi has the strongest portion of what can happen tomorrow. This is going to follow Hattiesburg, straight up through Jones County, and then go through Pachuta and up to the Meridian area. Now let's zoom in on this. Let's make everybody aware of what this is. This area here, this type of tan color, orange color, is a level 3. Monroe has a 2, and then portions of the Mississippi Delta is a level 1. Our area is, for the most part, a 3 or 4. Let's turn on locations. Important to know where you are on a map. That's what we want to make sure that you're aware of. Here we go. Let's look at this. As this makes its way, Lake Edens, the entire county of Jasper, is all in this level 4. We go into Clark County. It's going to be this western side here. If you live in Pachuta, you are a level 4. As we follow Highway 59 up here, where Pine Hill Cemetery is. And this has moved just a little bit there. It's going to be just shy of making it over to Longs. It'll take in the Dollar General, the high school there in Enterprise, and follow out Gun Road as you'll look at it. This is 59, and go due north into Lauderdale County. Now, all areas that are in and around Stuckey's Bridge, also here it's Dunn's Falls, y'all under a level 4. We'll follow this up, and if you'll see this right here, I'm sure that you're familiar with these roads as we get into Lauderdale County here. Brown's Church Road, that's one of them that's involved in this. Slide Bypass Road. Meehan Savoy Road. Y'all are in this level 4. And this comes across right at Savoy, gets almost over to Plant Sweat, and we'll go due north. Now, this area right here is going to be Goodwater Baptist Church. Y'all are involved in this. Sterling, Arundel. The airport and structural steel, all of this area here where the UPS offices are, is involved in this. That's a level 4. Savannah Grove, if you'll look at this. And this is where the jail is out here at Lost Gap. That's in here. As we come up, this will move over. Meridian Community College is going to be part of this. We go due north across Highway 19. This is North Frontage Road. And we're going to go straight across here. Here's MCC, and this goes right up to Highland Park. So if you were to take a ruler and go from the airport due north, that's pretty much how that's going to work here. Here's Railroad Street in these areas here. Paulding Street. As we get Harris High School is involved in this. This is going to be, here's Liberty Church of the area of Mediator right there. My eyes are adjusting here. Here's Carver Middle School. All of this area here is included in this level 4. We're going to come up this West Ends, and again, right there is going to be where the carousel is. Jimmy Rogers Drive, right there. Highland Park. This will go due north of that and follow out 40th Avenue. Right here at North Crest Baptist Church is where the line is. And now it's going to take a hook when it gets here on North Hill Street and start veering out to the right. Now, this will go over to where Last Chance Tobacco is. Right here, this is Poplar Springs Drive. It will go out and take in part of Windmill Drive and go due north and just be shy. Here's the soccer complex. And then this will follow on up, won't quite make it to northeast, and then go right up to the Samdale Monument into Kemper County. So this puts all of this West Lauderdale area out at the lake, Lake Okeechobee. All of this area is a level 4. Freeman Tractor area, Al's Garden and Gift, the Country Store. All of this area here, Chet's Paint and Body, West Lauderdale Elementary. And this is going to be at Arkadelphia Baptist Church. That is level 4. Now, Eastern Lauderdale County, if you'll look at this, is a level 3. Now, let me say this. This is an imaginary line, is what we have here. A tornado can hit just as easy here as it can here. What we're showing you is how the National Weather Service has said this is just a little bit greater chance of tornadic activity, and that's what we're looking at. All of Newton County now is a level 4. We go into Neshoba County, and this is going to come across right here at House. Talbert Enterprises is the line. If you were to go to the right before the 4-lane stops and take a right, Talbert, that's the line across. This will go due west across the county and cut across at Linwood Baptist Church. Anything south of Linwood Baptist Church, Neshoba Baptist Church, all of these areas here, Union, y'all are in this. And it will be just shy of making it to the Neshoba County Fairgrounds. Dixon Community is in this. Carthage at the Walmart is the line here as we move into Leake County. This will cut across, taking in Canton area. All of this is a level 4. Now, I saw where someone mentioned, what about Vicksburg? Vicksburg is in this level 4. And we're going to look at the timeline here, Laura, in just a moment and show you this. Of the entire state of the breakdowns. Vicksburg, Mississippi is a level 4. Clinton, all of this area of Jackson, it goes back over west, follows it down. And this is Louisiana. Here's Alexandria in this corner right here. And let's just tap on that. Blanche, Louisiana is where that is. And again, goes down to Gonzales. I've been there many times. Here's Lafayette, Gonzales. And we'll come across to Hammond, Louisiana, and then back into our area straight up from Hattiesburg. That is the circle that we're looking at where the worst of the weather will be tomorrow. And relatively, that's a small area for it to be narrowed down to where these storms are coming. We'll watch this. All right, let's pull this up now and get into some timelines of what the National Weather Service tells us is going to happen tomorrow. Let me pull this up where we can get a good look at the state and the breakdown of what we've got coming. Here's what the National Weather Service is telling us at this moment. Now, again, all of this is subject to change, be a little bit worse, be a little bit less. Newton County, Little Rock area, yes, that is a level 4, Tina Chisholm. I'm late. What is a level 4? A level 4 is 5 is the worst. A level 4 is right under that. We normally get level 2s. Sometimes we get a level 3. So this puts tornadic activity right at about a 15% chance. This is very high for activity. As we look at the breakdown here on the map here, damaging winds of 70 miles an hour, large hail, tornadoes are likely, and some will possibly be strong when you get to the level 4 is what that's called. When we get to the enhanced, that's eastern Lauderdale County and eastern Clark County, and portions of Kemper are going to be that 3 all the way up to Winston County. Still bad. And we're going to go over what schools are out also here in just a few moments. So it very serious matter. Slight risk means damaging winds up to 60 miles an hour. Possible tornadoes with that. But this red area, as we look at this, what we're looking at is what we're worried that could see the most tornadic activity. As you'll see on the west side of the state as this comes in, 6 a.m. over here in Louisiana and right up to the Mississippi River Bridge from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. As we get into from Vicksburg over to about where Forest is going to be noon to 6 p.m. We'll start seeing some activity there around lunch. The Meridian area, which includes Newton, Philadelphia, all of these areas here will be about 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. So as schools will start getting out around lunch tomorrow, that will give them plenty of time to get the children home before bad weather strikes tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a lot of activity, and we're going to flip this to show you that. But let me show you this. Let's go back to our map over here. As we look at this line here, let me pull this back up and show you this line of what we're talking about here. Right here. Let me turn this off where you can see a little bit better. Here's the map here. If you were to draw a line, this is where this is going to come through, right through here. Right there. This is the line that comes through about Forest, right through here, taking in Philadelphia, all these areas to where it will be 2 p.m. on, and then on into Alabama. What we've got here at Lauderdale County right now, wind and aerial advisories in effect. We go back over here into Louisiana and Arkansas, they've got pretty much the same thing, aerial flood watches. That's what we're looking at. That's a great way to look at the state. Now, let's go back over here where we were and let you look at that map one more time of what the National Weather Service is showing. It's important to know where you live on these areas here. And I hadn't gotten rid of that beep yet, have I? I'm trying to get that fixed. I've had it several times looked at. Again, this line just west of Philadelphia. Edinburgh is going to be noon to 6 as we look at this map. Somebody asked about Edinburgh. This is going to blow through downtown Philadelphia all the way up. Louisville is right on the line from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to cut right through there, so it'll be on the front end of them. Macon, Mississippi, you're going to be this 2 to 9 down the Hattiesburg area there. All right, let's follow through and look at some more of these, of what we've got here. This is flash flooding. We could see anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rain tomorrow. That's a lot of rain to come down, 2 to 5 inches of that. Some could be higher with local heavy rain there. Minor to moderate river flooding is likely with this. And if you remember, this has a real bad near creeks and things. Remember this when you get near bridges to where it can wash out from underneath the bridge. I've seen this happen. You have too, even in our area. This will start early Tuesday morning and to Tuesday evening. All right, as we've come through this, strong winds. We're looking at sustained winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts of 40 to 50. Now, when you get into the tornadic activity, if that were to happen, it will be above that. But we're looking at this on average of being anywhere from 20 to 30 sustained, gusts of 40 to 50. As we look at that level 4, you get into 70 mile an hour. Wind advisories. And again, I urge you now to take care of anything that you've got outside. Now, let's look south of us for the folks that watch us that are due south of us here. As we get down here on the Gulf Coast, wind advisories are out. All the way up here to Macomb, over to Covington and New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Houma, Louisiana. And again, Houma, right in here is where this level 4 starts and cuts up right through here, through Covington, through Hattiesburg, to our area here. All right, this is what we've got of hail. So our area, and let me say this again, think about this of what a car costs. Do not leave that thing out. If it's a brand new car, it's going to get hail. This is the probability of hail tomorrow. Anywhere from Lafayette to the Meridian area, out by the airport is where they're expecting hail, over to Jackson, to Vicksburg, over to Alexander, Louisiana. So a good probability we will get that. All right, let's come across here. As we go back down here, this is what they're looking at. Hammond, Louisiana, Baton Rouge. That's that red area we looked at. I wanted to make sure everyone knew that was watching in South Mississippi and the New Orleans area of what we've got there. This is flash flooding that's going to happen down in Macomb and these areas here in Covington also. As we come across that Bama state line, Tuscaloosa, all of this area, Demopolis, Livingston, as we go up through Geiger, is going to have wind advisories tomorrow. 10 to 20 miles an hour, gust of 40 is what we're expecting there in the edge of Alabama. Now, as we look at the flood warning in Alabama, that's a good area that's going to get this. Anywhere from 1 to 3 inches, a little bit less than what we're expecting in Mississippi because of the heavier weather is expected in Mississippi this time and not over in Alabama. If you'll remember these last few storms that I have followed, they would start building. We'd have some thunderstorm activity, and about right when it got to the Bama state line, they were turning into tornadoes and doing damage over there. With this time, we're expecting it to build a little bit south of us, and by the time it reaches through here, have tornado activity. Not saying that it's not going to happen in Alabama also, but we have a stronger chance this time of getting this weather in our area. Now, let's go back over here and look at a few more slides that I had dealing with this. Alabama, as we look at the timeline there, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Livingston, Alabama, that's your timeline. Over to Demopolis, up to Hamilton, Alabama. As you get into areas including Birmingham over to Montgomery, 6 to 2 a.m. And then the eastern side over there, Troy, Alabama, as you get on down in those areas there toward the coast from 11 till 6 a.m. overnight. Those are where we at. Now, let's look at this. Do you know where you are? What county? This is just one of these things. Find one of these and save it to your phone that shows, here's Lauderdale County. This is where I'm talking from right now. This is Kemper, due north. This is going to be where Louisville is. Noxubee, Macon, and you get up here in Oktibbeha, that's Mississippi State area. And of course, this is the Delta, all the way down. And these are our counties here that join us in Alabama. Sumter, Choctaw, Washington, Pickens County, Alabama. We're real familiar with those. It's handy to have that on your phone. I'll try to post that here in a little bit. By tomorrow morning, we'll have that where you can say that when counties are mentioned, you go, where in the world is that? There are a few that there's 82 in Mississippi, and I don't know them all. I have to look them up sometimes to see where they are. All right, let's look here at some questions. Let me pull this up back over here to the map where I'll have that handy. Yes, I'll be live during this tomorrow afternoon. When something happens, something is issued, we'll go live and we'll give you street by street where it is, what the wind is doing, and we'll be in close contact with law enforcement, all of the different agencies to give you the absolute latest, fire departments, all of this to make sure that you know what's happening and where it is. Quitman, will it get bad? Quitman downtown will be a level 3. It's going to be bad there, yes. Y'all remember the rain that you had, what was it, last weekend, that it rained so hard? It's going to be that and more. But on the western side, right there at Pachuta, all the way up through Enterprise, and it barely misses out on Stonewall, will be a level 4. And then eastern Clark County will be a level 3. And again, that's an imaginary line. 3 and 4, there's not much difference. So don't get hung up on well, I live over here, nothing can happen, because it can. This is just a very, very serious one that we want to make absolutely sure that everybody understands. Now, let me show this. This is weather that's going on right now. Let's just look over here. This is what's coming, what's building right there. Whenever you see this right here, this square that is blinking, that is a tornado warning. And as we pull that up right there, this is in Texas. Peach Creek, Texas. And let me just show you what to be prepared for tomorrow as we zoom in on this. As I touch this right here, this tells me that this is a 6.9 tornado. 1 out of 10, 10 being the absolute worst that you can get on a radar. That is a 7. 90% of the time, if that goes over a 7, let's say it's a 7.2, it's not 100%, but 9 times out of 10, when that number right there crosses over 7, there is a real good chance that that tornado is on the ground. This one has 81 mile an hour shear winds with it right now. So if you know anyone near College Station, Texas, I've been there, Brian, many times, you see these swirls. These are shear winds that are in the air. They can dip down at any time and do major destruction. These have 81 mile an hour shear winds. Now, again, as I've said, when we cover these storms, doesn't mean it's on the ground, but it can dip down in a split second and do damage. You know, these are 1 mile wide. We'll be watching these tomorrow night. That's 1 mile wide. Look at this tornado right there. That is most likely on the ground. That is a 9.7 right there. That is what we don't want to see tomorrow in our area there. That is most likely doing some destruction there as we speak. Radar indicated, but it all indicates that that is something that is on the ground. So if you've got friends, family in the College Station area, a very nasty storm as we've watched this all day long make its way toward our area. Godspeed. We keep these folks in our prayers as we look at this. We want to say some thank you to some sponsors that help us out as we go along with this. Piggly Wiggly of Collins with Joe and the gang there. Lauderdale County Farm Supply. When's the last time you dropped by there? See Steve. They'll help you out. Eastgate Tire, always there to help you out with some tires. Matthew, the Precast Group. If you need a storm shelter, they'll help you. H&H Residential. there to help you with any of your flooring. Talbot Enterprises and House, Mississippi, some of the folks that help us. A big thank you to them. Let me go up here, Vinville area. That's going to be eastern Lauderdale County. That will be a 3, but again, it's still going to be bad in our county. As we come up, Madison, how are you doing? KB, glad to see you're watching. Leake County and Scott County. All right, let's look at this where you're at watching from Leake County. Let's pull this up and go back over here. Now, Leake County is definitely, let's turn on our severe weather of what we will have tomorrow, the outlook on this. Let me pull this up where everybody can see this of what you're questioning here. Here is, this is going to be Newton County right here. This is Scott County right here, and this is Leake County. And you go north into this, it's going to be bad weather just north of Carthage in that bad area there. That's the red zone. So all of Scott County, and if you'll look at this and you go, Scott County, that's where you stop and get hamburgers over there, isn't it? Wendy's, I know you do. Of course, we've got the welcome centers throughout the county there. So something to keep in mind as you're looking at from those 2 counties there. Jessica Newsom, how are you doing? Glad to see you. Tammy Reed watching about Tum Suba. Tum Suba is going to be on the east side of this. Again, I don't want to give the false impression that nothing's going to happen there. It's just that we may wake up in the morning and this shifted even further and the entire county be under this. This is just as it is right now. A tornado can strike in a level 3 area just as well. It can build back in these areas here and cut right across and keep on going. And that happened back years ago, those bad tornadoes we had. Let me go up through here, right in the middle of equipment. How are you doing there, Nicole? Glad you're watching. Leake, Scott County area, we just talked about that. And Wanda Jones said she had to learn all 82 counties and put them on a map in school. Somehow or another at Northeast Lauderdale High School, I didn't have to do that. I can name 5 or 6. I know our immediate area like the drop of a hat by shape. But boy, all of them. When you get up near the state line is where I get confused there. Let's see here. Equipment, Mississippi, it will be bad as we keep going. Paul Morris, how are you doing tonight? Glad you're watching. Jackson County, heard we were going to get bad. How you doing, Carl? Glad to see you there. He's done moved south of us for a little while there. Let's see here. Good morning. Good afternoon. I get my mornings and everything. I'm in Vicksburg. The Vicksburg area will be bad over the Mississippi River area there. Checking everything. Jeffrey Griffin, how are you doing tonight? Glad to see you there. As we go up, I'm just checking here as we're talking. Demopolis, Alabama. Demopolis is a level 3 area. Here's Demopolis. Let's go over and look at Demopolis so you can see what's going on in the edge of Alabama. Here's Demopolis right here. Right now, Demopolis has a wind advisory and an aerial flood watch. Conditions are favorable for bad weather there, so let's not count that out. But y'all will get a lot of rain as it comes through there. Amanda Carroll, glad to see you there. Decatur, Mississippi. Yep, we've looked at Decatur. That's going to be right over here into the edge there. All of this area here is a level 4 in Newton County. Macon, Beth Rigdon Scoggins, how are you? Macon, Mississippi, our friends right up here. This is where Macon is going to be sitting, and Macon at this point is a level 3. As we move out of Kemper County into Macon there, all of this, still bad weather can happen. And usually, I don't know why, but when you get to Noxubee County, this area east of Macon, right out here, Prairie Point, always seems to be the place that it wants to pick on. For whatever reason, that's what happens there. And we'll cover Macon just as much as we cover everybody else. We want to make sure that we know that and what you're doing there. Laura Todd Lee, Lori Rice, thank you for watching. Bailey Jones, going up Collinsville area, House Community. That is a level 4. And Anitra Humphreys, Clark County Equipment Stonewall. Those are level 3s. But again, I would not be shocked whatsoever we wake up in the morning and we find that all of this area has changed. There's a good chance of that. But we'll be here to walk you through all of that. Glancing up, we talked about our times. Raleigh, Mississippi, Vicksburg, Mississippi, all of that. And Little Rock, Mississippi. I think we've answered most of these, of the questions that are coming up on this. Again, it's going to be a long day tomorrow. most likely coming after lunchtime for this area as we'll watch these storms. We will be here to, I don't want to say hold your hand as it were, but we'll be here to tell you about everything that goes on. There will be a lot of things go on, and we'll be here to let you know each and every move of that, and let you know updates, and always inbox for information as it comes about. Now, the next thing that I wanted to do is let's go over closings of what we've got that has been passed along to me. I also got a message just a moment ago. I have not had a chance to add this to the website yet, but as we begin this, Choctaw government is going to be shutting down tomorrow also. I can't pull that up yet to see it really good there, but the tribal government educational systems will close at 12 noon tomorrow. Again, let me say a big thank you to SMI Automotive. Joe, if you visited with him. Chet's Paint and Body and out in the Center Hill, Reed Tree Service. If you've got trees that bother you, talk to him. Sanders Gas, along with Maples One Stop, Simply Irresistible Boutique. They'll help you there. Also the Precast Group. Now, let's pull this up so you can take a look at this and check this often as you can, because we'll update this. And if you've got one to add to this list, inbox me or email me at ScottyRay1969 at AOL. Closings in the area. This was as of 6 p.m. is when I had this last updated. East Central Community College will dismiss at noon tomorrow. Also, they'll have virtual learning for the remainder of the day. Lauderdale County Schools will close at noon. Russell Christian Academy will dismiss early at noon, including the preschool and daycare. Winston Academy early dismissal starting at 11:30 a.m. for the elementary, and junior high and high school at 11:50 dismissal. Quitman School District will dismiss at 11:45. Enterprise Schools will dismiss at 12 noon. Newton County Schools dismiss at 11 a.m. Meridian Community College early dismissal at 12:30. St. Patrick's will dismiss at 12:30 tomorrow. Union Public Schools at 11 a.m. Kemper Academy Elementary will dismiss at 12:45, and the high school at 1 p.m. East Mississippi Community College will have virtual classes all day. Employees should not come to work but work from home except for the maintenance staff. Community Christian School closing at noon tomorrow. Jones County Schools will be closed tomorrow, and Meridian Public Schools, the elementary schools, dismiss at noon. Secondary grades 6 through 12 at 12:30, and all athletics and school activities are canceled for tomorrow. Now, if you've got a business, if you've got a school that's not on that list, again, email me so you can know about it. You can find that at sammedia.network, SAMMEDIA.network. You can visit that, and it's on there. There's links from my Facebook page to that also as we cover that. A big thank you also to Alpha Insurance, Michael Swansea, the Rock House Gun and Pole, Meridian Mattress, been a long-time sponsor with us, Freeman Tractor as well, the Godwin Group, getting things cleaned up for you, and Booker Electric, one of the ones that help us also with that. Now, as we continue our coverage on this tomorrow, I want to bring this up also. This is one of the things that's going to be happening tomorrow before the weather turns bad. Let me go over here and find this so you'll know about this going on also. The Kentucky Ham Meal going on in the Meridian area. If you're going to be looking for lunch, they've been doing this for years. It's a long time. But they'll be kicking off this at 6:30 in the morning, and they'll do that until 1:30. So if you're looking for something to eat, join them there, and they'll also do it on Thursday when the weather is a little bit more sunny. So there we go. That's kind of where we are on all of this. Watching from Kemper. Thank you for watching that. We do appreciate that. Let me see if we've gotten any more messages since I've been talking. Poor maintenance staff. Rhonda Creel said, yeah, I feel for them. They got to go in regardless. Caitlin Ann, thank you for watching. West Jasper closed tomorrow, Jessica Newsom says. So again, if you've got a school, let us know about that. Inbox me so we can make sure we get that right and get it on the webpage so everybody will kind of know in the morning where to go and what to do. That's where we are. Let me do some more thank yous here. Again, and how all this works is I make this happen by all of our sponsors. I thank each and every one of you that make this happen. I know 99% of these folks personally, on a personal level. They're good people. They live and they go to work with you. They go to church with you in our community. Citizens National Bank, good folks at EMEPA. Also Snowden and Company Real Estate. Percy Bland State Farm, along with Why Not Motor Sports Park. Homestead, helping take care of folks that, well, need a little help around the house there with mom or dad nowadays. BAM's Towing and Recovery, the Back Porch of Meridian, Rodney's Muffler, Patrick Allen Companies. If you need yourself a storm shelter, they can help you out, windows, and a whole lot more there. eBan Consultants, and Al's Garden and Gift. They do so much for the community there of helping out. A lot of fundraisers going on for Lauren Pogue in our community as she suffered a terrible tragedy. We'll have some more information on that. Rachel Whitaker, how are you? Janice Bounds, good to see you there. Caitlin Ann, stay safe, everybody. And I agree with that. I second that notion. That's going to wrap up what we've got of the information tonight as we get ready for the severe weather tomorrow. Again, we're looking at it after 2 o'clock. I'll be live at 6:30 in the morning to give you the latest updates of what goes on in our community and what's coming after that. And also, we'll be back live at 8 o'clock with Candace and into the afternoons. Again, let me say a thank you to each and every one of you. If you wouldn't mind, share my page, whether it's on YouTube, like and subscribe it, or on Facebook so more people know. The more people that know about things, the safer we all are. What is really handy about all of this is being able to take your phone no matter where you go and still watching. Most likely, we will have power outages. Let me say that. Not necessarily wind. Has a lot to do with power outages. I expect trees to crack and break, and we'll be without power. We'll be on the phone with the MEPA a lot tomorrow, tracking down, letting you know what's going on with it. Again, thank y'all so much. I'll be back in the morning as we'll continue our coverage as we get ready for a storm that is fast approaching us from the west to our area. Thank you very much, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by our following partners: